students. Today's topic is the application of second law of thermodynamics. Okay, already we discussed first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics. In the second law of thermodynamics, the main concept is the Carnot engine, the reservoir, source, sink, and the Carnot engine, and Carnot heat pump, and Carnot refrigerator. Okay, the Carnot heat pump. Here we talk about reversible and irreversible engines. Reversible and irreversible engines. Okay, in first unit, I explained what is reversible and irreversible process. Okay, reversible process occurring from state 1 to state 2. It consumes some amount of energy and delivers some amount of energy. Okay, for example, x axis, the state point 1 is state point 2. In between that, the system is from at state 2 to state 1. Okay, sorry, state 1 to state 2, the process is going on, and during that process some amount of work input and some amount of work output. Okay, some amount of heat input and some amount of work output. Okay, then for reversible process, which is q1, which is q2, and in reverse of that process, which means process 2 to 1, 2 to 1. During that process also some amount of work input and some amount of q output. Okay, for a perfect reversible, in process 1 to 2, q1 to 2, which is equal to q2 to 1, then w1 to 2 equal to w2 to 1, then summation of q1 to 2 plus w1 to 2 equal to q2 to 1 plus w2 to 2, and summation of q minus w, which is equal to 0. This is the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, for that condition, the process is called the reversible process, perfect reversible process. Okay, which means the initial and final stages are identical, and then the process going in one direction, it consumes some work or some heat, and it delivers some work or heat, and in reverse of that process also delivers same amount of work or heat, and consumes same amount of heat or work. Okay, this process is called reversible process. In nature, all other processes are called irreversible processes. Okay, these are the reversible and irreversible concept. Then today we discuss about the second law of thermodynamics. The main matter is entropy. Entropy. Okay, what is entropy? Entropy is a property of reversible process, and it is an abstract property. It cannot be defined precisely. Okay, it may be understood by studying its uses in engineering process. Okay, entropy is a theoretical word. It cannot be explained very easily. Okay, it's a complex word. Entropy is a complex word. Okay, then the amount of heat is supplied to an engine is not important, but the temperature at which heat supplied is important. Okay, amount of heat, but the what temperature the heat is applied. This is very very important. At low temperature, which means you consider one engine. This is an engine, bike engine or any engine. Here one piston and here crankshaft. In the crankshaft the wheel is connected. Okay, this is a engine, this is a combustion chamber. Initially engine starts. The temperature inside the engine is temperature T1. At that time we have supplied the same amount of fuel. Okay, for example, initially we supplied M1 amount of fuel. Okay, then engine start and due certain time later the temperature gets raised. Temperature inside of the engine get raised. At that time also we have supplied the same amount of mass. Then what is the difference between initial starting of the engine and what is the at a particular time? In between the duration the temperature raised, but we supplied same quantity of mass. Then what is the difference? The difference is temperature rising is initially the mileage of the engine. The mileage of the engine is very poor, but the engine gets certain temperature limit, the mileage of the engine is get raised, which means at lower temperature supply at low temperature there is no very possibility less possibility of conversion of work from the heat. Okay, at higher temperature the conversion possibility of work is very high. Okay, this is the main important parameter, which means the efficiency of the engine is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. The T2 is the sink temperature, T1 is the source temperature. Assumed so sink as a atmosphere, okay, and source as a fuel tank. Okay, the fuel tank or any heat source. Okay, any heat source that is the temperature is greater than the atmosphere temperature. Okay, here here we have two possibility to raise the efficiency of the engine. One is T2 must be lower or T1 get raised. Okay, that means source temperature may increase, which is one possibility, and sink temperature must be lowest as possible, which is another possibility to improve the efficiency. Okay, but we have some restriction for sink temperature, which is we have we have to reduce the sink temperature up to the atmospheric temperature. Okay, beyond that we cannot increase the temperature without any external workout, which is called Clausius theorem. Okay, which means therefore the ultimate lowest temperature of the sink is equal to atmospheric temperature. Okay, for below of atmospheric temperature not possible. Okay, therefore the T2 having some one limitation, which is we cannot reduce the temperature beyond atmosphere temperature. Okay, therefore for a particular level only we have to reduce the sink temperature. Okay, then another possibility is another important possibility is we have to increase the source temperature. It is possible. Okay, it is possible. Therefore, okay, then in connect with this T1 is lower, the efficiency of the engine is lower. T1 is higher, the efficiency of the engine higher. Okay, from that I conclude one thing. At lower temperature, the conversion of efficiency, lower temperature of source, the sink temperature is same, which is equal to atmospheric temperature. Assume that. My point of view is only source temperature. When lower source temperature, the conversion of work is very low. At higher source temperature, the conversion of work is very high. Okay, this is the possibility. Okay. Then entropy is the function of quality of heat, okay, which leads the conversion of heat into work. Thus, the increase in entropy is small when heat is transferred at higher temperature. Okay, and change in entropy is large when heat is transferred at low temperature. Okay, therefore, for maximum entropy, there is a minimum possibility of conversion of heat into work. For minimum entropy, there is maximum possibility of conversion. Okay, therefore, we convert work from heat at temperature is maximum as possible. Okay, this is the main concept for the entropy definition. Okay, then another topic is Clausius theorem. Clausius theorem. Clausius theorem. Okay, already Clausius theorem. What is Carnot cycle having 4 processes, which is previously discussed. One is constant temperature process, 2 constant temperature process, and 2 isentropic process. Okay, and Clausius theorem states a reversible line can be replaced by 2 reversible adiabatic lines and 2 reversible isothermal lines. Okay, a reversible line can be replaced by 2 reversible adiabatic lines and a reversible isothermal lines. Reversible adiabatic lines means isentropic lines, and reversible isothermal means isothermal process. Okay, that is constant volume, constant pressure, constant temperature, and constant entropy. Those processes are already discussed. Therefore, everybody please understand what is reversible adiabatic and what is reversible isothermal. Okay, the theorem states consider pressure, volume. Here I put one line, 1, 2. Okay, so whole process. Assumed 1 to 2 is a one process. Based on the theorem, I reconstruct the line with the theoretical process. Okay, that process is 1, 2, 3, 1 to A to B, and B to 2. Okay, Clausius theorem states a reversible line can be replaced by 2 isentropic lines and 1 isothermal line. Okay, that A to B line is isothermal line, and 1 to A is isentropic line, and B to 2 is again isentropic line. Okay, this is the Clausius theorem. Okay, that's the importance is reversible process is completely converted into complete theoretical process. Okay, but we have some errors. That process is cannot merge completely, that not merged in process 1 to 2. But such a limitation, we have assumed 1AB2 line is equivalent for 1 to 2. Okay, line 1A line 1 to 2 is equivalent for line 1a b 2. We have assumed, okay, but there is some lapses. Okay, but thermodynamic point of view, we have assumed that two lines are parallel or two lines are same. Okay, this is the Clausius theorem. Then from the reversible Carnot engine, the efficiency of the engine equal to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Remember that. For a reversible engine, that efficiency equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. From that we get Q2 by Q1, which is equal to T2 by Q2 by Q1, because 1 cancel, and Q2 by Q1 and T, which is equal to T2 by T1. From that Q1 by T1, which is equal to Q22 by T2. Small cross multiplication. Okay, Q1 and T2. Small rearrangement. Then Q1 by T1, which is equal to Q2 by T2. From that we get final statement Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2, which is equal to 0. Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2, which is equal to 0. Main important concept. Q by T, right? Q2 by T. Q by T is equal to 0. From that, summation of Q delta Q by T, which is equal to 0. For a reversible engine, the mathematical formulation, that is the ratio between Q and T, which is equal to 0. Okay, summation of del Q by T equal to 0. From the concept, Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2, which is equal to 0. From that, the summation of Q by T equal to algebraic sum of Q by T equal to 0. A main important parameter, main important thing is the condition for reversible process. Condition for reversible process. This is also called the Clausius theorem. Okay, for a reversible engine, the delta Q by T, the ratio between Q by T, the algebraic sum of delta Q by T, which is equal to 0. Okay, del Q by T is but in real situation, real Q2 by Q1, yes, for a perfect heat engine, the efficiency which is equal to 1 minus Q2 by Q1, which is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. But in a real case, the efficiency of the reversible engine is called 1 minus T2 by T1, and efficiency of the irreversible engine, common formula, is equal to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, for irreversible engine, that formula is equal to this. But an irreversible engine, Q2 by Q1, okay, not equal to T2 by Q2 by Q1 is not equal to T2 by T1. which means 1 minus Q2 by Q1 which is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. 1 minus Q2 by Q1 is not equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. This is for the irreversible engine. A reversible engine, that both formulas are same. But in your irreversible condition, the 1 minus Q2 by Q1 which is not equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. Okay, this is Carnot efficiency and this is actual efficiency. From that, everybody knows one reversible efficiency is greater than irreversible efficiency, which means reversible efficiency formula is 1 minus T2 by T1 which is greater than 1 minus Q2 by Q. 1 minus T2 by T1 which is greater than 1 minus Q2 by Q. From that, here the T2 by T1 for maximum efficiency, the T2 by T1 is much lower. Okay, for maximum efficiency the T2 by T1 is much lower. Then only 1 minus that value which gives the maximum efficiency. Okay, therefore from that equation T2 by T1 which is less than Q2 by Q, then only that reversible engine gives maximum efficiency. Okay, T2 by T1 is less than Q2 by Q1. Okay, see the notation change. That the reason for the notation change is for a maximum efficiency T2 by T1 the ratio is as low as possible. Then only we get the maximum efficiency. Therefore, the T2 terms, the 1 minus T2 by T1 is the formula for the maximum efficiency, which is the reversible efficiency. Therefore, that value is much lower when compared to Q2 by Q1. Therefore, T2 by T1 is less than Q2 by Q1. Okay. From that Q1 by T1 which is greater than Q2 by Q1 by T1 which is greater than Q2 by T2. Small rearrangement, Q1 by T1 which is greater than Q2 by T2. Okay. Q1 by T1 which is greater than, because Q is a heat input which is always greater than Q2 by T2. Q2 is a heat rejection. For Q1 by T1 which is greater than Q2 by T2. Okay, from that Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2, Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2 which is equal to 0. Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2 which is equal to 0 for a perfect reversible engine. But in actual case it's not equal to 0 because that Q2 value is higher when compared to reversible engine. For a reversible engine rejects, consider a heat engine that Q1, that Q2 which produce some amount of work. Okay, for a reversible engine develops maximum energy. Okay, develops maximum work. But in the case of irreversible engine, it converts the work from Q1 is lower when compared to reversible engine. Okay, which means for reversible engine, here we have some amount of heat rejection from the engine, which is called Q2. For irreversible case also some amount of heat is rejected, but in compare with previous case, which is reversible case, that heat is much higher when compared to reversible. Then only that work output is get reduced. Okay, that clearly understood that work output from a reversible engine is much higher, the work much higher than work output from the irreversible engine. The reason is the heat rejection from the irreversible engine is much higher when compared to the reversible engine. Okay, therefore the Q1 minus Q2 minus Q2 by Q T2 is equal to 0 for a perfect reversible engine. But here that Q2 for a irreversible engine, Q1 is same for reversible and irreversible. Okay, Q1 is same, reversible, both reversible and irreversible engine. That Q1 is same because it is a input of the engine, but output is a heavy impact from work output and heat rejection. Okay, then for a irreversible engine, that Q2 is much higher when compared to reversible engine. Therefore, that value is a negative value. For a irreversible engine, that value is a negative value because that term is higher than that for a irreversible engine. Therefore, here I conclude summation of del Q by T is less than 0. Okay. Then combine reversible and irreversible. For a reversible engine, the summation of del Q by T is equal to 0. For a irreversible engine, that summation of del Q by T equal to less than 0. Because for a irreversible engine, that heat rejection is higher than heat rejected from the reversible process. Therefore, Q1 by T1 is same, but Q2 by T2, here Q2 gets higher value. Therefore, the Q2 is the negative side. Therefore, anything that this value is positive, but this is a larger negative. Therefore, we get the negative value, which means delta Q by T is less than 0. Then combine reversible and irreversible process, which is the equation is delta Q by T is less than or equal to 0. Okay. But the Q2 doesn't lower when compared to reversible engine. Okay, therefore it is summation of delta Q by T is greater than 0 is not possible. Not possible. Like that engine is there is exist is complete theoretical. Okay, not impossible. Okay, therefore two possible ways. One is delta Q by T, which is equal to 0, which is for reversible engine, and delta Q by T is less than 0, which is irreversible engine, and delta Q by T is more than 0. It is not in practice. It is impossible one, because that heat rejection. Remember the Carnot theorem. Any engine which doesn't gives efficiency more than reversible engine. Okay, this is the Carnot theorem. Okay, all reversible engine have lower efficiencies when compared to reversible engine. Okay, then come to the point. For reversible case, delta Q by T equal to 0. Okay, then the irreversible case, delta Q by T is less than 0. Okay, not possible, delta Q by T is greater than 0, which means that engine gives more efficiency when compared to reversible engine. It is not possible. Okay, therefore we have three situations. One is summation of delta q by t which is equal to 0, and summation of delta q by t is less than 0, and summation of delta q by t which is greater than less than 0. Okay, this is for reversible engine, theoretical engine, not in practice. It is impossible, which is irreversible. Okay, this is the three conditions. These conditions are called Clausius inequality. Okay, Clausius inequality, which is the base of the entropy concept. Clausius inequality. Okay, from the derivation from the Clausius theorem. Okay, corollary of the Clausius theorem. Clausius theorem states when a reversible process can be connected by two adiabatic process and one isotropic process. From that, delta q by t which is equal to 0 is a condition for reversible process. From that, we have for the concept for the concept which is used in a irreversible concept, then delta q by t is not equal to 0. Okay, instead that value is less than 0 because q2 heat rejection of the irreversible engine is more than the heat rejection of the reversible engine. Therefore, that negative side of the equation is which have higher value when compared to positive side, and we get the negative value. Okay, therefore that value is always less than 0. Okay, therefore from practical conditions, all engines having this concept. Okay, then more than 0 is not possible, which means that heat rejection from the irreversible engine is less than heat rejection from the reversible engine. Okay, which is not possible, which leads to the wrong concept, which is the efficiency of the reversible engine is lower than the efficiency of the irreversible, okay, which is a not wrong concept according to the second law of thermodynamics. Okay, this is the one concept from the second law of thermodynamics, and next concept is entropy concept. This Clausius inequality is the basic of the entropy concept. Okay.